Today's Science Mancy is on the sociology of fat shaming. It is an article from Nature magazine in the context of the blockbuster anti-obesity drugs that are now hitting the market. Let's talk about the drugs first. They are called semaglutides, and they're being sold under the name Ozempic or Wegovy. And last year already, 1.7% of Americans have been prescribed these drugs, which is a ton for something that is pretty new to the market. These are injectable drugs that were first approved about 5 years ago for treating diabetes, but are now approved for weight loss, and they do help to lower obesity, and there's new research showing also that they are good for inflammation in general. They also seem to decrease desire in general. So you have like Matt Levine at Bloomberg talking about how companies are worried that's just going to lower snack sales and other desirable thing sales, which is fascinating. But this article talks about the shame and shaming that people experience when they don't use exercise or diet to lower their weight. And we've seen this before at bariatric surgery. This researcher talked to 35 people in in-depth interviews and took surveys of another 300 talking about bariatric surgery and how often people's only real way of getting information was through reality television shows. This is because people are often ashamed to talk about getting this surgery, and so they can't learn from each other about things that can happen, like the nausea that can occur, or the difficulties in eating, or the loose, sagging skin that can occur, which gets more easily infected. One of the main things found in the survey is that people didn't want to talk about this from their friends, so one of the key indicators of having a good experience was having really good clinical support, because you often couldn't turn to the people in your life for support because so many people would get shamed if they did so. And now it seems like that same phenomena and cycle are happening with these Ozempic anti-obesity drugs. People get shamed for using something that's not the puritanical method of diet and exercise, which simply doesn't work for everybody and is often referred to as the myth of that going to be an effective thing. For some people's bodies, that doesn't work. And I think the most important part is, as long as someone feels healthy in their body, that is one of the main things that matters. And they talk about this author talks about this a lot, of the pharmaceutical companies needing to share the negatives that can happen from rapid weight loss, and also not having a fat shaming context in the ads they use and in their marketing material. As a culture, we need to move towards accepting people's body types for what they are, as well as not shaming people for the tools that it takes for them to reach a weight that feels healthy for them. One other thing I could go into another video is this next article talking about how we need to redefine obesity and the body mass index as well. If you have any thoughts on this subject, I would love to hear more, because it's something where I'm still trying to learn.